Hey everybody, my name is Russ. That is Lauren. Welcome to our Saturday reaction video. This is one that I have never seen this performance at all, and I'm reasonably sure I've never even heard this song. I'm like Genesis adjacent. Like,
okay.
You know, like I've never disliked anything I've heard by them, but I don't know a ton outside of what everyone knows from the radio. So we are going to let this song and video play all the way through. Probably just kind of do natural and facial reactions through, and then please stick around after the song because that's when we'll talk about it.
I just want to give you the context first. Okay. There's not a lot to say other than the fact that I feel like it's important before you watch this to know that this song is originally from Peter Gabriel Genesis, but it's being performed after Peter Gabriel left the group.
Okay.
So.
All right, here we go.
When the sun beats down and I lie on the bench, I can always be the top. There's always been ever. Till you wake up, you gotta tell you don't know. Then it's the Lewis. Isn't it time for Lewis to have his own? Over the garden wall, shooting the lovebirds who grew to you. Then my motivation. There's a future for you in the virus that train. Lots of time. We are remembering the voice from the past. Gambling for the fees when you're winning. Now the time goes on for school in the bed. With my motivation and I know.
Quite a timbre.
I love it so much.
When the sun beats down and I lie on my bench, I can always sit and talk. Me? I'm just a lawnmower. You can tell me by the way I roll.
That's so great. This is gonna sound so reductive, I guess, but like it's hard for me not to concentrate on the tambourine situation.
I know.
Like, I say this jokingly, but like you don't ever see anybody do anything like that. Like, I think that's the first tambourine solo I've ever seen, and it was awesome. Like, and I know the crowd kind of was like tongue in cheek with it too, like the roaring, I think was, but like what he did was talented though. You know what I mean? Like, it was, yeah, it's funny and everything, but like that's hard to do.
Yeah.
What he did.
It absolutely is hard to do. Like that, I love that part so much. This is the version of Phil Collins that I want to have live in my pocket. You know, I love him. I love that, like, I felt like it was important for you to know that this was a Peter Gabriel Genesis song first, right? And also, like, the reason I wanted to bring this to the channel in the first place is I think it's just a really interesting little, like, artifact in so much as, like, you know what you know about Genesis, you know, from like the 80s and like their radio output and stuff, right? And then there was the super duper artsy stuff before, and this is just a fun little, like, this was them trying to figure out what to do after Peter left. And like you could even tell, like, Phil, he's like, I'm still not used to being out in front, so I'm just gonna be goofy with this tambourine and see what happens, and I'm gonna make sure everybody has a hat.
Yeah. And I having, obviously, this is honest to God the first time I've ever even heard this song. Not knowing the studio version, I don't know if there's like, is where Phil ran back and was adding to the percussion and stuff. Is there a lot of percussion in the studio version, or was most of that section added for?
It's definitely
enhanced
enhanced
okay,
here, yeah.
As soon as that was happening, I was like, oh, is that a thing Phil played? And then he, you know what I mean?
Yeah, there's a good live version that's floating out there on YouTube with Peter Gabriel before he left too. And like before, when I was like packaging this up to send to you to be like, let's react to this, I watched them both back to back to try and like pick one, you know, I knowing full in my heart that I was going to go with the Phil version, but I was like, just in case.
Right. Yeah, we'll have to take a look at that sometime. Like I said at the beginning of the video, like this was Lauren's pick. I'd never seen or heard this track before. I will definitely like to go and check out the Peter Gabriel version. And but if you're a Genesis fan or even a classic rock fan in general, like we have a couple of things that we've done a lot on the channel, like artist wise. But there's so much out there, classic rock wise, that like if you have anything that you'd like us to react to or whatever, we always try and make it as genuine as possible. So like if you have a suggestion and both of us have seen it a million times, we're just gonna like reply to your comment and be like, sorry, we've already seen that a million times, you know. But like if you have something she hasn't seen or I haven't seen, or even a different version than we're used to or whatever, that type of stuff, really, we don't have any restrictions on any artists really either. So yeah, if you're watching this and you have any suggestions for the channel, please by all means drop a comment. And I'm saying this in advance. Any of you watching this video that are here as Genesis fans, all of you know more than me. And I say that in a very complimentary way. So like whatever you want me to check out from Genesis or just listen to in general, like, or your thoughts on Peter's era or the era Lauren was talking about, where it was kind of a bridge area all the way up to what I actually know, which my Genesis lifespan goes from like the first time I heard That's All as a kid till about I Can't Dance.
Yep.
So pretty much the 80s and like 1 year of the 90s. Not for wanting to dislike anything else, just that's what I knew. So that is Lauren. My name is Russ. Drop a like on the video because that always helps. Comments matter to us more than anything. And as we always say, thank you so much for watching.